Welcome, future elementary educators. In this screencast, we deal with cylinders and we deal with cones. Neither one is terribly difficult because both of them remind us of something we have already looked at. What's a cylinder? Well, a cylinder is a three-dimensional shape where one base is a circle and the other base is also a circle. It's a three-dimensional shape with a circle as a base and a circle as a base and lines that connect them all the way around. Now, most cylinders that you will work with are right cylinders. And by right cylinders, we mean that there's a top and a bottom, and all of these lines are perpendicular to the base. All of these lines are perpendicular to the base. In other words, if we were to draw the altitude of the cylinder, this is the altitude of the cylinder, it's equal to both the length on this side and the length on that side. That's not true if you draw the altitude, the vertical distance between this base and that base. If you draw this altitude, it doesn't have the length that this line does or that that line does. But in a right cylinder, the altitude is as long as that line is or that line is. Fair? Fair. This is called an oblique cylinder. This is called a right cylinder. Cylinders have bases that are not polygons, not necessarily polygons. There are some people who look at prisms as cylinders, and I don't begrudge them that, but the shape on top and the shape on bottom is not a polygon. The most popular shape on top and bottom is a circle, and when you say cylinder, most people think of circles on top and bottom, but there's nothing that says it has to be a circle. You could put an ellipse on the bottom and on the top, and that's a cylinder, no problem. You could take some weird shape and put it on, oh mercy, put it on top and bottom. Oh, now I'm gonna have to draw it. It has to be the same weird shape. And then connect those, and that's a cylinder. What makes it a cylinder? Every cut that you make. Every cut that you make. So cut it through with a plane, right? If you cut it through with a plane like it's a magician's toy, every shape you get is the same. That's how you know it's a cylinder. If I cut it through parallel to each base like it's a magician's plaything, every shape you get is the same from top to bottom. Every shape you get is the same from top to bottom. Every shape you get is the same from top to bottom. Every shape you get is the same from top to bottom. That's a cylinder. Cones? Well, cones are pyramids. Cones are the it's not a polygon version of pyramids. There's some base, maybe it's a circle, and everything comes to a point. Everything comes to a point. This edge is called a lateral edge. So that's probably important. This edge is called a lateral edge. The surface here, like the actual physical space, is called the lateral surface. And again, this is a right cone because if you drop the altitude, that's a right angle. From the apex straight down, that's a right angle, and that is the altitude of the cone. There's nothing special about there having to be a circle on the bottom. You could put a weird shape there, and as long as everything comes to a point, sure, it's a cone, no problem. Nobody really does those though. Everybody does these ones. Okay, okay. So now you know all the parts of a cone and all the parts of a cylinder, and that hopefully demonstrates something like what you read in the textbook. And that's all I've got for you. So now you're set to go do the discussion. Go do the discussion, and I'll see you in class.